It's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, which means it's time for
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
And welcome back to another review show. We're looking at 5 tricks this week, aren't we?
Well,
looking at
4, but you've
No,
got
5.
an extra thing.
No, 5.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually 5.
5.
We're doing an extra one. We're doing 5 tricks this week. Yeah, you've been in cloud cuckoo land all day.
6.
Yeah, kind of 6. We're doing definitely 5 tricks. There's some interesting stuff, some brand new stuff that's coming out. I've got to be honest with you, not everything is good this week, is it? There's a couple of things
So
that are...
not fair. I've got the rubbish tricks this
You
week.
got the rubbish trick. That's subjective. But the first trick we're going to be looking at, Ryalnd is going to be performing, and it's a trick that has been highly anticipated. Everyone's talking about this. You can't go on Facebook without seeing adverts for this. So let's have a look at that first. It's the latest trick from Vanishing Ink. So the first trick we're going to be looking at is Benny Chickering's CVF Deck, which has been bought out by Vanishing Ink. And there are adverts for this everywhere. There's a buzz about it on the Magic Cafe. What it is, in essence, is you have a coin, a card is picked, and you touch the deck to the coin vanishes, you show the other side of the deck immediately, and the coin lands next to a selected playing card. That's in essence what the trick is.
Do the performance?
I think what we need to do first of all is do a performance. So you can do it first of all, and then after the performance we'll talk about what we think about it. So this is the CVF deck in action.
I've got $50 here.
Yeah, see that? Yeah.
I've got $50, a mini Sharpie, and a pack of cards. Okay, now I'm going to take the pack of cards out the card box.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're all there and they're all different, okay?
Yeah.
All they're all different. Now what I want you to do is I want you to pick a card.
Any card.
Yes, any card.
Any card at all.
Yes.
I'm going for that one.
That one there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what I want you to do is I'm going to look away and I want you to sign it.
Okay.
And tell me how you're doing.
Show the camera. There we go. That shine up, Sarah?
Yeah.
There you go. Done.
Okay. Okay, that's about half, isn't it? That's about half there.
Yeah, it's about halfway. Yeah,
It's about half. Okay, so I'll put that in there.
Okay.
Now. Okay, now. What I'm going to do is watch this. This is really cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. No. Turn it over. Let me see. Awesome.
And do you know where it's gone?
Where?
Look. See. Let's try and see where it's gone.
No way.
Was that your card?
The 4 of Hearts. That was indeed my card. Yes, it was. Very cool.
This is pants.
I think pants... I know you really don't like this. I think pants is maybe a bit harsh. Ryalnd really doesn't like this. Let's look at the positives.
Can I just say something?
Go ahead.
The gimmick does not last long.
Okay, I agree with that, and we'll get to that in a minute. But let's just look at the positives first of all, please. Let's be fairly upbeat and positive.
I like that the coin just vanishes into
Yeah.
the
So
deck,
first of all,
but it doesn't leave a gap.
First of all, it's completely self-working. You know, a lot of coin magic, you need to have a certain amount of skill in order to do it. Not with this. The deck does vanish the coin for you. So you literally put the coin on the table. It can be any surface. You tap the deck against the coin immediately disappears. You can show the other side of the deck, and then you can put the deck on the table, cut, and you've cut to the coin, and the coin is next to the card. The coin can also be signed. It is exactly the same coin. There is only one coin in play. However, and I think it's really important to note this because a couple of people miss this, you need a magnetic coin to do this trick, or a coin with magnetic properties. It needs to be ferrous or something like that. So you couldn't really borrow a quarter, for example, and do this trick. You need to make sure that you're using a magnetic coin. That's really important in order for the method to work. When you buy this from Vanishing Ink, it actually pops up and says, hey, this trick uses a magnetic coin. Would you like to add one to your cart? So that's something you need to consider. Now, like Ryalnd said, one of the big issues with this trick is I don't know how long the main gimmick is going to last, which is there's a gimmick on the face of the deck which kind of lets a lot of this happen. There's numerous gimmicks in the deck.
Ours is almost broken already.
And we've been practicing it all day, like an all day yesterday. We've been practicing it for a couple of days now, and over and over and over and over again. And the gimmick has already worn out. Now, it does say on the instructions on the download, Kyle Littleton does say, you know, if the gimmick starts to wear, you can replace the Scotch tape, because the gimmick is made out of tape and cardboard, and you know, I don't know how long it's going to last. Even replacing the Scotch tape, and by the way, when you replace the Scotch tape, it's difficult to get the last tape off. So in essence, what you're doing is putting tape over tape over tape, and I don't know how long that's going to last for. But the gimmick, although the quality of it is good, I don't know how long. Go on, what's the other bad thing? Huh?
The coin doesn't not leave a gap in the deck.
Does not leave a gap in the... But I don't think that's a bad thing. He's right. I mean, obviously, the coin disappears and it doesn't leave a gap in the deck. But you could say that's part of the magical method. Yeah, that's part of the magic. The coin disappears, and as you lift up the deck, the coin just appears. I don't think that's really too much of an issue. But I know you didn't like that. Logically, that doesn't make sense. The other issue for me is... the cards can't be examined, like, at all. Like when you do this moment and you have the deck scoop up the coin, so to speak, and you turn the deck over, that deck can't be touched at that point. And when you cut the deck, the cards that you cut off, the portion of cards that you cut off, you can't have the spectator go anywhere near those cards. Half the deck are made up of regular playing cards. So Kyle does say on the download, well, what you can do is you can do tricks with that first half of the deck. But the deck can't be examined, and I really don't think this is good enough to carry around just to have it. You're going to need a deck, you're going to need a magnetic coin, just for this one moment of magic, because there is only one moment of magic here. I personally think that the RB coin deck, which I reviewed on the Alakazam special, is better.
It's just a coin finds the card. That's the only magical thing that's happened.
Yeah, that's the only magical moment. A coin finds a card. And the thing that they're selling this on, the RB coin deck by Alakazam, is the original version of this. It's by Rob Bromley, and basically you've got this deck of cards. A coin is vanished, and it appears in the basically in the deck. And the new version, Dave Loosely and Peter Nardi talk about a way that you can actually do this, where it's a signed coin and it's only one, and the deck is cased. No, that's not the RB coin deck. You're getting confused with something I do. But the whole idea of the RB coin deck is you can have the deck cased, you can have the coin vanished. It can be the same coin. You take the cards out of the case, and their card is right there. So there's I don't know. I don't hate it. You hate it. I don't hate it. But in all honesty, with very minimal skill, you can achieve the same thing with a regular deck. Like, there's a routine that I do.
I'm going to give this 30%.
Well, there's a routine I do, isn't there? Let's talk about that very quickly. There's a routine I do with a regular deck of cards and $50. And it's a repeat sort of coin finds a card in a deck with a kicker ending. And you could just do the first phase of that and have a very similar effect to this deck of cards, but with nothing but a regular deck of cards. Okay, the disadvantage is you're using two coins in my routine. Let me perform my routine for you. I know you've seen it before, but I'll perform it for you again. Let me perform my routine for you. It's a regular deck of cards, so everything is examinable at the end. You don't have to carry anything around with you. It can be a borrowed coin. Let me perform that for you now, and hopefully that will prove my point of what I'm trying to make here. Okay, Ryan, I've got a deck of cards and a American $50. You have examined everything, haven't you? And you shuffled the deck, right?
Yes.
Can you say stop for me?
Stop.
Amazing. Now, I want you to see the card. I don't want to see it, so I'm going to give you a peek at it. Can you remember the card?
Yes.
Sarah, does the camera see it?
Yeah.
Good stuff. So the card goes down in the middle of the deck, and we will get back to that later on. I'm not going to find the card. The coin is. Now, the coin's not going to go up my sleeve.
But you don't have sleeves.
I have tattoos,
but maybe these tattoos are sleeves.
They could be. It is a tattoo sleeve. Watch, if I just touch the deck to the coin gets sucked up inside the deck, right next to one card and one card only. You're not going to believe this, but it's landed right next to the two of clubs. Was that your card?
Yes.
You're unsure. Was that definitely your card? It was. Oh, good. That means that the trick worked. Now, there's a rule in Magic, which means you should never repeat a trick, but would you like me to do it again for you, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, watch the coin.
So
don't blink. Well, if I squeeze the coin, this time I'm not even going to touch the coin to the deck. I'm just going to squeeze, and what happens is the coin disappears again. And if I cut the deck in just the right spot, there's the coin. And right next to the coin, there is the two of clubs. And bear in mind, this could be a signed two of clubs if you wanted it to be. I mean, it's just so weird. Now, I could do this over and over and over again. But excuse me, there's a rule in Magic which means you should always go for a big finish. You know that, right?
Yes.
So we're going to go for a big finish. Watch. This time, do you see the coin?
Yes.
I'm going to rub the coin, and when I do, the coin turns into the playing card, which was over there, which means down here now where the card was, we've got the coin. That's called a transposition, and you can examine everything. Okay, so that's my routine. I mean, that's something that I've done for years and I've done in lectures. It's not actually that difficult to do either. But what I like about it is it does have a very similar feel to this. You know, you've got a coin. Yeah, you don't have that moment where you see the coin being scooped up. But you, from a layman's point of view, you still have that amazing moment of the coin disappearing, and then it disappears without touching the deck, and then you've got that transposition. But that's a regular deck of cards. So here's the thing. Negatives. The deck, I really think the gimmick is not going to last. I think that's a problem. You don't know for sure, but we've already had to retape our gimmick a couple of times after 2 days. That's the first problem right there. The second problem is the deck cannot be examined at all. And the third problem is for what you're having to carry around with you, it's one moment of magic.
One magical moment for like lots of like a whole bunch of stuff.
And if you like the idea of doing a trick like this, I prefer the RB coin deck. I just do. I mean, the advantage this has got is there is a visible vanish. But, you know, I just prefer...
carry around a Sharpie, a coin and a deck.
You're going to carry a coin and a Sharpie around with you probably anyway, but this is a deck of cards that you're going to carry specifically for this deck, because no one's going to go and take some cards out of the upper half of the deck, do that, and then go into this trick. It's just not going to happen. I just don't like it. I love Vanishing Ink. I think they bring out some great stuff. Kyle on the download did a great job. There's you know, Vanishing Ink are great, but I'm just not into this trick. I don't think it's awesome. And I think there's better ways to accomplish the same thing. And I think there's been a lot of hype around it, but you actually boil it down, a coin disappears and appears in the deck. And yeah, it's a really nice visual moment of magic. And it really is, but you can replicate that with some very basic sleight of hand. So yeah, I'm going to give this 50%.
30.
You're going to give it 30%. 30% from him, 50% from me. It does what it says on the tin. I don't want people to think it doesn't do what it says. It does what it says on the tin.
It does what it says, but I just don't like it.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, sorry. Better luck next time. Okay, so the next item we're going to be looking at is the Climax Wallet by Surya Kumar. Book of My Tricks presents the Climax Wallet. And what we have here is a wallet that is being billed as being able to do anything. A little bit like the Nexus wallet did. So, and everybody knows my 2 wallets of choice at the moment are the Nexus wallet and the Shadow wallet. So the question is this better than the Nexus wallet or the Shadow wallet? Well, let's have a look and let's talk about the various different features and benefits. If I performed everything that you could do with this wallet, I would be here forever. So we're going to talk about what the wallet can do, and then we'll talk about, I'll perform one trick, okay?
Yeah.
So what we have, first of all, is it's a bit bigger than the Shadow wallet. It's a bit bigger than the Nexus wallet. It is more of an old school style wallet. Both the Shadow wallet and the Nexus wallet look like the new style wallet that you carry around. That's something to bear in mind. It has the look of a sort of a Alakazam assassin wallet to it. It's very similar in certain ways to an assassin wallet, actually. What you have here is you have, first of all, an SUC peak built into the wallet, which a lot of wallets have these days. But yeah, you've got an SUC peak built into it. You've also got the main peak. So the main peak happens sort of here. And what happens with the main peak is, because there's 4 sections to the wallet. This is the first section, this is the second section, third section, fourth section. The main peak happens here. So you put the card that you want to peak into here, and then you can get the peak from this section, which is kind of a little bit weird because this looks like an ID compartment. So what you'd want to do is maybe put a business card or an ID card in there, and then the peak will go onto there. But that's technically, they call this the front of the wallet. I've never seen a wallet where the front is an ID compartment, but it works. So you've got an ID compartment there. Your ID would go in there, and then what would happen is you'd put your business card into here, and then it would be peaked here. I don't think it's as good a peak as the Shadow wallet. I don't think it's as good
like it.
Yeah, I do like it as well. I mean, I'm gonna say that. No, I want to talk through the features first of all, if that's okay, right? So you've got, because that's what people want to know with a wallet. They want to know all the different things it does. So you've got your peak there. Your SUC peak goes in here. So in the middle of the wallet, you put it in this section, and then that's how you get your SUC peak. You also have a card to wallet with a standard card to wallet load, which is a top loader. So it loads there and then comes out the zippered compartment. The other thing that you have inside that section, you have a guide. And you have another little thing that comes with this wallet, which is like a leather pouch, and you can actually put the leather pouch into the wallet, a bit like the old JOL wallets, and that will allow you to do an object to impossible location into this zippered section here. So you could do a ring disappearing and appearing in there, or they've got handling for a folded up Mercury folded card that will go in there, or a sign coin or something like that. But you can't do both, and what I mean by that is you can't have you can't have it set up to do an impossible object and also load a card in there. You have to pick or choose one or the other. In this section here, we have an out to lunch built into the wallet, which is quite nice, have out to lunch built into the wallet. And then you have this section here in the middle, which is held in place by magnets, and it's basically a little bit like a switch wallet. So what you have here is, you can open it up and open to this dummy section, and when you close it up and reopen it to this section, you've switched. So they've got a few nice ideas with this. One of the nice ideas is something called serial billet or something like that. And the whole idea is you borrow some money and you put the money into this compartment, and then you have a deck of cards and you have somebody take 3 cards, and without looking at them, you put that into that section as well. So you've got their money and you've got 3 cards, and then you just put that down there and you show the deck and you say, look, it could have been any card. You could have picked any cards. That was a completely free choice. Now, when you open it up again, you take out the 3 cards and you take out their money. They open up their money and you tell them to read the last 3 digits of the serial number, and the 3 cards they picked are the same number. So that's an interesting idea. There's a few different things that they do with this switching section. And then they have a handling, and this is what I'm going to show you. They have a handling of the, so they have a no palm card to wallet using the SUC peak, which is not original, obviously. A lot of people have use an SUC peak to do the same thing, but that's something you should be bearing in mind. And if you don't know this, I've had a few people say to me recently on the channel, what's the best no palm card to wallet? Well, the SUC peak does that very, very well. So I'll do a quick performance of card to wallet using this wallet, using the SUC peak. So the advantage of this is the wallet can be on the table for the entire time, and the signed card will go into the wallet, and obviously it will come out of here, which is where you load for the SUC peak. So let me do that for you now. I'll do a quick performance on you. Is that all right, Ryan?
Okay, yeah.
Right, I've got a wallet here. We'll get back to the wallet in a bit. And I also have a deck of playing cards, okay? Now you're going to pick a card just as I go through the deck. Say stop.
Stop.
There?
Yes.
Very good. Take that card and look at it, remember it. I'll look away, and if you could shuffle the card, that would be amazing. Sorry, I mean sign the card, not shuffle the card. It's very difficult to shuffle one card, right? That would be ridiculous. And then show it to the camera so the camera can see it. It might see it already as you've got it face up signing it, but make sure the camera can see it. Are we good? Yeah. Good. Now do me a favour, buddy. Can you pop the card back there? And what we're going to do is we're going to actually, you know what? You can do this yourself. I'll put it into this half. Do you want to give this half a shuffle for me? Just to make sure that the card's really mixed. Now, please remember that this wallet has been on the table from the very beginning. Yeah, it's very important you remember that. Actually, would you like to shuffle this half as well?
Yeah.
I mean, you can do if you want to. It's up to you.
I'll shuffle this half.
In fact, shuffle them together. You may as well.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay. So, there's a trick in Magic called the any card at any number, where the card appears... Yeah, we're going to do this right now. Exactly. A-can. So, here's what we're going to do. What position would you like the card to be in?
I don't know, the 40th?
Oh, come on. That's going to take ages to deal to.
20.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Was that the card? Maybe the 21st position. 22nd. 23rd. 24th. Have you seen your card yet? No. This is really weird. It's meant to... have you seen it? Was that your card, or was that another time you said?
That was a different card.
Is that your... No, that can't be your card. Is your card gone?
Yeah.
That's really weird. But remember, this wallet's been here from the very, very beginning, hasn't it?
Yeah.
From the very, very beginning. What I want to show you is there's something inside this wallet.
Did you put it in there?
Well, there's a card. It's been in there from the very, very beginning. A card inside this wallet from the very beginning. You're not going to believe this, but this is actually the Two of Hearts. Is that your card with your name on it?
Yes.
Boom.
I think this is pretty good.
It's nice. It's nice. It's
I've
good.
got some questions.
You've got questions. What are your questions, buddy?
How hard and easy is it?
Well, it depends on what you're doing. I mean, as I say, the card to wallet using a palm, you're going to have to palm it and load it in. But the palm feature, it's actually really easy to load in, which is nice, which is good. Some of the stuff is self-working. So a lot of the stuff with this sort of Himba wallet type thing is self-working. One thing that I do take exception to on the download, by the way, is they have this original idea, and they actually say at the beginning, they say this is something that this is an idea I had and I came up with. If it's independently created, I'm very sorry. And then they go into Stephen Tucker's Visa Cabaret. That's all they do. They go into Stephen Tucker's Visa Cabaret using notes. Now, I'm fairly sure, it's been a long time since I saw it, but I'm fairly sure Peter Nardi on the Stealth Assassin wallet put, with Stephen's permission, his version of Visa Cabaret using the SUC peak, and that's exactly what they're doing. And this looks so much like a Stealth Assassin. I can't imagine that they did not know that that had been done before, and they should have credited it at the very least, but whatever. But that's something that I took obsession to be honest, because Visa Cabaret is such an iconic trick. The least you can do is give Stephen credit. But yeah, I mean, it's fairly easy, right? The out to lunch is fairly easy. Some of the routines they do on the download is fairly easy. It's a comprehensive download. Yeah, it's fairly easy. You got any other questions?
What can you do it in, like Parlour?
Well, yeah. I mean, it'll work anywhere. I mean, it's a wallet, isn't it? So you can use it wherever you want to. So I mean, the out to lunch should be close up. The card to wallet or the.
Is anything stage?
Yeah, I mean, Visa Cabaret, to be honest, is something that I've performed on stage many, many times. A peak can be done from miles away. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's a good wallet. Here's the thing: it's a good wallet. In my opinion, it's not as good as the Nexus wallet as the Shadow wallet. The Shadow wallet has that really awesome. First of all, the peak on the Shadow wallet is great, and the Shadow wallet also has that really awesome thought of card in wallet, which is the main reason why I love it so much. The Nexus wallet looks more natural, if that kind of makes sense. It looks more natural, and although it's not got, the Nexus wallet hasn't got that Himba wallet style thing built into it, it has got the ID switch thing, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, it's difficult to say which one's better. I'm not going to use this. I think it's too big and bulky compared to the Nexus, compared to the Shadow. I think it's good. I think that anybody who gets it won't be disappointed. I think that the tutorial was good with it. There was nothing wrong with the tutorial. The guys that are teaching it know what they're doing. They go through all of the moves and all of the things really well. They even teach a couple of nice ring and string moves in the context of ring and string routine for the ring to impossible location. And this whole Himba wallety type thing in the middle is a really good addition to a wallet. It really is a good addition. And I'm really sorry I've basically taken over this review, but you don't carry a wallet, do you?
No.
And I wanted to just address the stuff that I knew people would be interested in about this wallet, so I'm sorry I've took over you. But yeah, I'm going to stick with the Nexus and with the Shadow. Not that there's anything wrong with this. It's just, I don't think...
I'm going to give this 100%.
You're giving it 100%. I know you liked it. I know you watched the download with me and you were pretty impressed. One question that people ask, is there a place where you can put real money in there? Yes, there is. There is a place where you can put real money. This can be used as your everyday carry if you want it to. There's lots and lots of spaces to put credit cards and put business cards and stuff like that. And it's nice to be able to have a wallet where you can do a peak. You've got a couple of different options of a peak, but then you've got a couple of different options of a card to wallet, and you've also got this Himba wallet thing built into it, and out to lunch and everything. It's nice. It's nice. It's just I use the Nexus wallet for a particular thing that you couldn't do with any other wallet than the Nexus wallet, and I use the Shadow wallet for a particular thing that I couldn't do without the Shadow wallet. So with that in mind, although this has got a lot of features built into it, the fact that it's a little bit bulkier, and the fact that it's not like they've added anything new to the wallet. Do you know what I mean? It feels very much like a Stealth Assassin wallet. It really does. But it's good. It's good. I'm not going to get it wrong. You give it 100%. I know you absolutely love it. And, you know, you can have this. And if you start carrying around a wallet, this is your wallet now. This is your wallet. This is your wallet that you can start carrying around with you. But for me, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to give it 79%. I think it's good. It's definitely well made. The instructions are great. Well, 79% is the best grade I can give it if I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to do it, which is why it's getting 79%. I think if you bought it, you wouldn't be disappointed. But I think and it's down to individuality, isn't it? It's down to what the individual wants for a wallet. I am not going to do that. I prefer other options, but it's good. 79% from me, 100% from you.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the next trick is Echo Box by Menzie Magic.
Menzie Magic. Now what we have here is basically a brass Akito box with something very special built into it.
It looks like it's a bit of goldy colour.
Yeah, it's kind of a brass. It's brass, but it does look gold, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got something very special built into it that I've never seen in any coin box before. And I'll talk about what that is, because I think it's very important on this review.
I've never seen it either.
No, and I know
I've seen something similar to it.
Exactly, but I've never seen this, and we'll talk about that because I think it's really important that you guys know what makes this different to another coin box, because it is different to any other coin box out there. And then I'll do a performance, okay? Yeah. So what we have, can you actually pass me the box for a minute, right, if that's okay? What we have here, this is your coin box. I'm going to perform with it in a minute, okay? But what we have here, now if you get a very quick history lesson, and you can go look on the video on Magic Stuff where I did a history of coin boxes, but what we have here, the base is just a normal base.
Yeah,
it's just
base.
a normal Akito box base. Yeah. Well, some of you might know of something called a slot box. A slot box was, I don't know if it was invented, but it was definitely popularized by David Roth. And what a slot box is it's an Akito box with a slot in the base of the box, which basically meant if you put 4 coins in the box, if you tip the coins out, 1 coin would stay inside. And it was used to...
The same as this, but different.
Yes, exactly. Now, we're going to go into that in a second, but the slot box was used by David Roth to take his out-in-out routine, which is quite a difficult routine using a spill-out steal, and eliminate the spill-out steal, because you wouldn't need to do a spill-out steal, because as you tip the coins out, 1 coin would stay inside the box. And what David would do is he'd do sort of a very easy version of Hang Ping Chen to get the coin back out. But I know a lot of coin magicians really struggle with that Hang Ping Chen move. Now, that's what the original slot box was, right? Yeah. What we have here, and as I say, I've never seen this before, we have a slot box built into the lid. Yeah. So in other words, 1 coin
you can shake it,
will stay inside the lid. Yeah. So what you can do with this, and this is really clever, you can have, for example, a coin inside the box, and you can shake it, and in the action of shaking, actually, let's do it right, in the action of shaking it like that, you can have that coin disappear. And then you can put the lid back on, and you can actually, listen, you can actually have the moment that they hear the coin go back in. So if you're doing a 1 coin routine, obviously you can do all the normal turnovers you would do.
I've seen something similar to this with magnets.
Yes, you're talking about Bob's Box by Bob Swaddling with magnets, and there's a magnet in the lid so it holds it. This will hold it very, very gently. The stuff you can do with this, you can't do with Bob's Box. But look, you just give it a shake, the coin disappears. And I love this moment where... and you hear it land back in, and just by literally bringing your hand up like that, it'll dislodge the coin. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff on the download that they go through. It's a 25-minute download, and it's very machine gun style. It's like, okay, you can do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And there's some really nice ideas. So imagine this is a copper coin. You can put a copper coin underneath a silver coin. You can show a silver coin in the box. You can give it a shake, and then tip out a copper coin, because what will happen is the silver coin will go into the lid.
You do that the opposite way around, and this is how you get from bronze to
Yeah,
silver.
exactly. There's coin productions in here as well, and transpositions. There's a load of stuff you can do with this.
Yeah.
I'm really having fun playing with this at the moment and coming up with different ideas.
Should we go to the performance?
I'm going to perform one of the routines that you talked about, which is where 4 coins go in a box and they come out of the box one at a time by magic. Let's perform that right now. Okay, Ryalnd, I got a trick with a box. I got a trick with a box, and inside there's 4 coins. Are the coins okay? Yeah, very quickly. Lid, base, everything okay?
Yes.
Yeah? Good stuff. So here's the idea. We're going to put the 4 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4 coins go inside the box, and the lid goes on. And the idea is for me to take these coins out of this box one at a time. By magic. Now the first one goes from here to here. I rub the back of the hand, I rub the back of the box, I snap my fingers, and the first coin comes out. That should leave us with 3 coins. Let me just check, have a look. There they are, 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. Now you might have missed that, so I'll do it again for you. Let me put them in slowly. That's 1, that's 2, 3 coins in the box, and the lid goes on. Is that fair?
Yes.
The first one came out through the top of the box. The next one, I just snap my fingers, and that one comes out like that. That should leave us with how many now, Ryalnd?
2.
2. Let's have a look. There are indeed 2 coins. 2 coins. You can take those 2 coins, put them into the box yourself, and put the lid on. Is that fair?
Yes.
And yet the next coin, I take it out at the tips of my fingers and just rub, and that one comes out as well. That's the third one out by magic, which leaves us right here inside the box with 1 final coin. Now, what's the last coin? The final coin's going to go in the box and the lid goes on. Is that fair?
Yes.
3 coins have already made their way out. Hold your hand out for me. Take these 3 coins and squeeze them nice and tightly. Turn your hand over. There's the final coin. Is that fair?
Yes.
Listen, you'll hear it go. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Look at that. The final coin has gone. Open up your hand. Turn your hand over. Have a look. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 coins out of a box.
That is cool.
That's cool, right?
Yeah.
Right, so I love that routine. Yeah. I absolutely love that routine. I love the cheekiness of it, and it gives you a rough idea. The reason I wanted to perform that particular routine is it gives you a rough idea of how you can actually use this. Because when I first watched the download and he said, okay, the slot is in the lid of the box, I'm like, how is that going to help? And then when I started watching it, I was like, oh, that's clever. That's clever. That's clever. So, yeah. Did you have any questions for me? I know you said you did.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Can it be examined?
Yes, it can be examined depending on the routining. So, for example, if I have 1 coin in there and I make it disappear, there you go, like that. And, oh, yeah, do it right. Let's get it right, Craig. There you go. If I make the coin disappear like that, obviously at this point you can't examine the lid. But I mean, you can examine everything, you know, just by literally doing that and then handing this out. You can examine everything. So yes, it can be examined if you follow the routines and you follow the concept.
Where can you do this?
This is really table magic, parlor magic, or mix and
Close
mingle. Yeah, close up basically. This would work mix and mingle. I've been playing around with routines that you could do with this in a mix and mingle situation.
You could not do this on stage unless you had a ginormous box.
Exactly.
With a slot, with a ginormous coin.
Exactly. But this can be done without a table. I've been playing around with it without a table. That routine I just showed you where the coins are coming out the box. You don't need a table, you know, you can tip these into a person's hand, put the lid back on. You can even do different moves. So you're actually stealing the coins in different ways. There's a lot that they actually go through. So yeah, you don't need a table to do this as well. So pretty much anywhere, it's very suited for close-up.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
Is it difficult?
Well, I mean, obviously it's coin magic. Coin magic's not the most easy magic in the world. The box
but it's not
does
the most difficult.
Exactly. The box does do a lot of the work for you. So you know, you put 2 coins in the box, you shake.
This is probably like one of the easiest coin tricks.
Yeah, it's not that difficult to do. But what's nice about it is once you understand the principles behind it, you can make it more difficult. So if you're a coin guy like I am, once you understand the principles that are at play here, you can combine it with any other coin magic that you know, or you can combine it with other moves and other techniques, and a lot of Roth stuff that he originally published in Expert Coin Magic, and you can create some beasts of a routine. Yeah. And imagine combining a slot box on the base with a slot box on the lid. My gosh, that just wouldn't even be fair on the audience. I love that. That just came to me there.
You just put like 4 coins in, you shake it,
Two
And then
coins,
toy coins come
two
out.
coins would disappear completely, and then you could do that and show your hands empty. Oh, it'd be amazing. Yeah. So yeah, it's not that difficult. It can be difficult, but there's a lot of stuff in there that's not that hard at all. Yeah, I mean that's.
What's the reset like?
Oh, what's the reset? Well, I mean, that routine that I just showed you, it's an instant reset. You know, when you've finished, you just hand everything for examination, and all you have to do, put the coins back in the box, put the lid on, take everything, put it back in your pocket, and you reset, ready to go again. So yeah, it's a very practical prop. I love this. I absolutely love this. It's very rare to see something new come out when it comes to coin boxes. A lot of the time with coin boxes these days, it's like, oh, look at this wonderful, it's so well made, and oh, look, it's this instead of this, but it doesn't really change what it is that the coin box can do. This does. This whole idea of putting a slot in the lid opens up so many ideas, and it makes it like I'll tell you something right now.
Like 400 tricks of this.
When I used to, I don't use the slot box anymore. I use a regular Keter box. But when I used to use the slot box, you can't really have it examined by the audience, because if you give them the coins and they tip them in and tip them out, they might see what's going on. You'd never seen this before, and when I first showed it to you, I said examine the coins, and you did, and you said and I said examine the lid, and you went and did this. And I'm checking to make sure the lid's not magnetic. And you did this. And you can do that. I mean, you can examine it. They can push this thing into the lid and nothing had happened. They can examine all of this.
They're like going up and down.
Yeah. The only way to get it in there is to give it a little shake. Well, there's a few different ways. But yeah, so it's examining. It's really clever. I think it's a game changer. I'm going to give this 100%. So glad I got one of these. I see so much new magic, and a lot of it isn't that revolutionary. In my opinion, for coin workers, this is absolutely revolutionary. I love this. 100%.
100%.
You're giving it 100% as well?
100%. No, 110%.
110% from Ryalnd, 100% from me. If you like coin magic and you work with a Nikita box, you absolutely want to get one of these.
And the next trick is the Thinnest Deck.
Thinnest Deck, yeah?
The Thinnest Deck created by Mickael Chatelain.
Mickael Chatelain. Now, he is a Mickael Chatelain fan.
Isn't he the one who created the pebble in the matchboxes trick?
Yeah, and also the one with the holes that move around on the card with all the all that stuff. Normally,
Isn't there something else he did?
He's
on
done.
the review show.
He's done a ton of stuff over the years, an absolute ton of stuff. Yeah, we reviewed a little while ago that thing with the hole in the card, and you put the straw through it, and you move the straw in the card. Don't know if you remember that. Yeah, he does a load of stuff. A lot of it's very, very clever. So this is the newest thing by Gimmick Magic and Mickael Chatelain. It's the Thinnest Deck, and it's a very difficult routine to explain. So I'm going to get Ryalnd to perform it for you, because it's very difficult to kind of sum up and synopsisize. So do you want to perform it so they can see exactly what this is all about?
I've got a pack of cards here, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Here. Now, they're all there and they're all different, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Now, what I want you to do is I want you to cut somewhere and look at the card.
Anywhere?
Yeah, now look away.
Yeah, got it.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now put it back.
Okay.
Okay then. Now, I've also got the thinnest deck in the world. And do you know why it's the thinnest deck?
Why?
Because there's more than one card printed on each card. Look.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's a bit weird. In fact, that's very weird, but okay.
Look, they're all different.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Really fair, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all different. Okay, yeah.
Okay, now I'm just going to spread these cards out like this. This one goes there.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want you to wave your hand over, like if it feels like over here, you'll wave it here, over here, over here.
Well, you mean over where my card is, the area where my card?
Yeah, the area where your card is.
Okay.
Where your card is. There. Okay. So was it on this card here?
Yes, it was on that card there. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Was your card the Ace of Hearts?
Yes, it was the Ace of Hearts.
Look, you see it here?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
You see it here? You can see it there.
Yeah.
Still there. Watch. If I keep on doing this, it turns into the Ace of Hearts.
Very good.
I don't like this.
I got to be honest, you know, I've known Mickael for years, and I consider him a great creator and a friend, but and I hope he doesn't take exception to the fact that I'm going to say I really, really, really don't like this. And I don't like it for so many different reasons. And I think you and I are on the same page as to the reasons. I remember when you were looking at it, you were just, because I said to you before we even looked at the download, I was like, right, this is Mickael Chatelain. You can have this one. You can perform this one. And you were like, yeah, Mickael Chatelain. Okay, that's good. I really like Mickael Chatelain. And as you were watching it, you were like, can I not have this trick, please? And I'm like, you're going to have it now. It's your trick. Yeah, it's your trick. There's so much that's wrong with it. So first of all, in order to do the trick, you're going to need to carry a gimmicked deck of cards around with you. The deck that Ryalnd used at the beginning, where he got me to cut to a card, that is a full gimmick deck, isn't it? You cannot use it for anything else other than this trick. So be aware that in order to do this trick, you've got to take a deck of cards around with you, and you've got to take this little packet trick wallet thing with the thinnest cards in it. It's not like you can just slot that into your top pocket and that's it. You need to carry around a gimmick deck of cards with you. That gimmick deck of cards cannot be examined beyond a cursory look. If you have people look at that gimmick, yeah, and we'll get to that in a minute, but that gimmick deck of cards, if they want to look at it afterwards, they can't. Now, the way that Ryalnd had the card picked, by having me cut the card.
That's not what he says.
That is no, it is. That's handling one. That's handling one. He talks about how there's two routines. Yeah, the second routine. I disagree also with where it says 2 routines included. Literally, the only difference between routine 1 and routine 2 is how they pick the card. Yeah, right. So routine 1 is the way Ryalnd did it, where he had the card cut. Routine 2 is you have them think of a number from 1 to 10. They cut the cards. They count that many cards out that they're thinking of. They look at the cards, they think of one, they bury the cards in the deck, and you still know, well, you don't know what the card is, they hold it over a particular area. But anyway, it's not really a different routine, it's the same routine, just a different way of picking a card. So first of all, you've got to carry a gimmick deck around with you. Second of all, the deck isn't examined. Third of all, when you actually get down to it, what we have here is a card revelation. We have somebody telling you what the card is. But in order to get to that point, first of all, you're going to have to carry this around with you, and you're going to have a big table with you as well, because that big spread. Yeah, because you have to spread the cards out, and you can spread them in an arc, but it's still a big spread. Also, Mickael says at the very, very beginning, you know, you're going to show the cards like this. He doesn't call it, you know, if you're going to teach a move, at least give Brother John Hammond the, the respect of actually calling it the frustration count. But also, the frustration count is meant to be a subtlety. It's not meant to be deceptive. It's done as an offhand thing in the middle of a routine. Showing 12 cards like this and letting them see each card as a subtlety to show the back, that isn't going to fly. That's not going to fly. You can't do that. That's bad routining. Next, you know, you put the cards out like this. Okay, fair enough, whatever. You put all the cards out like this. I'm going to do this to explain why else I don't like it. So you do this, whatever it is that you're going to do. And then they're thinking of a card right now. Now, if they freely think of a card, they cut to the deck. If they could freely think of a card, then you could tell them where the card is, then that'd be great. But first of all, A, you're using a gimmick deck and massively limiting their choices. But then secondly, you have to say to them, hold your hand over the area of the spread where your card is. And compare that to something like the Mind Power deck, for example, where you say, think of a card, and with a couple of questions, you immediately tell them what the card is. Mickael could have actually created this with a bit more thought, with a bit of simple fishing, where you wouldn't have to say, hold your hand over the area of the deck where the card is. And then my other big problem with this is when, let's say you pick the Ace of Diamonds and you take this card out here, because that would be the Ace of Diamonds, you know, this moment here, where you do this, and you turn it into the Ace of Diamonds, that's so anticlimactic. And also, nothing can be examined at this point. No. These cards can't be examined. This card can't be examined. You tell me, when you change this into an Ace of Diamonds, do you think people are going to want to examine that? Well, they can't. They can't touch it. They can't examine it. There's a few different ways that Mickael's got of doing the change, but in all the ways that he's got of doing it, you can't examine the cards. And that, for me, is a big problem. So, you know, what's the difference between... Have we got a regular deck of cards somewhere?
Don't think so.
What's the difference between doing all of this stuff and having somebody do a think of a card style routine where you go, okay, think of a card, have you got one? Brilliant. And doing think of a card, or having them pick a card, controlling it to the top, taking a 52-to-1 card out and saying, I've got the world's thinnest deck of cards here. Here it is. It's so thin, it's printed on one card. Let me show you something. Look, I'm going to put that card right here. Boom, and have it change into the person's card and go, look, I can zoom in on that card. That's the person's card. What's the difference between this and just having a regular deck and a 52-and-1 card? And if you're going to do something with a 52-and-1 card, do the Invisible Deck Kicker by David Penn, which is a much better way of doing it and uses a 52-and-1 card. And, you know, I digress. It doesn't really matter. I hate this. I really do. It's not examinable. It's not even that interesting of a trick. It's and it's the sort of trick when you do that change, they're going to want to examine that card, aren't they? You know they're going to want to examine that card, and they can't. They can't examine any of the cards. You're going to have to get rid of them quickly. They can't examine the deck. The one thing it's got going for it is it's an instant reset. But why would you want an instant reset on a trick that you're never going to do? Like, I don't get it. I mean, you said that you hate it so much. Is there any other reasons why you hate it, or did I pretty much cover everything?
Yeah, pretty much covered everything.
I know you're really disappointed because you like Mickael Chatelain, don't you? Yeah, really disappointed. But yeah, I mean, normally his stuff is really, really clever, and it's really, really clever thinking. What are you going to give it, Ryan? 0%. Yeah, even the cards, when they're printed on that stock, they look a bit weird. I'm going to give it 5%. I'm going to give it 5%. I'm going to give it 5%. You know,
the fact that it's just an instant reset.
Yeah, I'm giving it 5% because it's an instant reset. But I can't imagine
maybe I'll give it 2.
I can't imagine anyone doing this. I can't imagine anyone doing this. It's going to be the sort of thing that you get, you watch the download.
Him doing it.
Really? I don't even know. With the amount of magic that Mickael has created, I think if you put him down in front of a real audience and he had to pick from his best stuff to do a half-an-hour set, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't put this in there. I really don't think he'd put this in there, but maybe I'm wrong. It's 5% from me. Go and look at some other Mickael Chatelain stuff. He does some really great stuff, but this just isn't worth it. It is a card revelation at best, and there's a million ways to achieve this in a much better way. As I say, if you like the idea of a thin deck of cards, I mean, the hook is quite nice, having a thin deck of cards. If you like the idea of having a thin deck of cards, get yourself a 52-and-1 card, have a card picked, control it to the top, bring out your thin deck of cards, have them force the card first, so at least you know what the card is. So do a classic force, have them look at that card, control it to the top, and then you bring out this thin deck of cards. You look at it. You don't have to say, put your hand over where you think it is. You can go, right, okay, your card, okay, it's that one. It's the 7 of diamonds, isn't it? Yes, it is. Look, if I do this, shape, shift, to change, it turns into the 7 of diamonds, and all you need to do is palm off the 52-on-1 card, and you're left with a regular deck. Simple as, much better than this. Let's move on. Right, so the final review we have today is Magic Dreams Sugar. And there's been a bit of a buzz about this as well. This is by Florian Sainvet, which is, I think I pronounced your name correctly, who is very famous for doing really well in FISM. What we have here is it reminds me a little bit of the, I don't really want to say what it reminds me of because I have Ryalnd here with me, but it's a trick that involves a card changing into something that you would have in your bedroom. That's made out of rubber, and it reminds me of that. You don't know what I'm talking about at all, do you?
Please tell me.
No, not telling you. When you're older, when you're 18. But that's what it reminds me of a little bit, which is that that card to. It reminds me a bit of that, but it's a 2-phase routine.
Have I got it in my bedroom?
Definitely not. No, you do not have one of those in your bedroom, and you will not have one of those in your bedroom for a very long time.
What is it?
I'm not telling you.
Please.
No, can we move on?
Please.
No, shut up. What we have here is we have a 2-phase routine.
Please.
No, we have a 2-phase routine. In the first phase, what happens is you have a card picked, you show a sugar packet, you drop sugar packet on the deck, the sugar packet visually disappears, and then you spread through and the sugar packet has landed right next to the spectator's card. In the second phase, you offer to repeat it and it doesn't work, and then when they rip open the sugar packet, their card is inside the sugar packet. I am going to perform this for you now, so you can see exactly what it looks like, and then we'll talk about the pros and the cons. Okay, Ryan, we've got a pack of playing cards here, yeah? Do me a favour, grab a card for me, any cards you want to. Take one. Take it out then. Very good. Show the camera, don't show me. Got it?
Yeah.
And do me a favour, right? Just say stop.
Stop.
You want to stop right there. Put the card back there. Is that fair?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the card down in the middle of the deck, okay?
Yeah.
Now I have over here, let me go and grab it. I have a sugar packet. Can you see the sugar packet?
Yes.
Watch. 1, 2. Is that in display, Sarah? Can you see that?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Look at that. The sugar packet is gone. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. Because it penetrated down the deck. And there's the sugar packet next to one card. The 2 of hearts. Was that your card?
Yes.
Was that the one that you just picked?
Yes.
And I got the sugar packet, found it. Yes. And it was a card that you signed from earlier on.
Yes.
How weird's that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so weird that that happened. But look, should we do it again?
Yeah.
Let's do it again. We'll get a different card. So I'll tell you what, right? Just say stop.
Stop.
Okay, have a look at that card. Show everyone, don't show me. You got it?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
put it back here. And we're going to do the same thing again. Watch. I'm going to make the sugar packet go into the deck to find your card. I'm going to make the sugar packet go into the deck to find your card. I'm going to make the sugar packet go into the deck to... It's not funny. Stop laughing. Stop. No. I can do this. I'm going to make the sugar packet go into the deck to... You know what's happened? You know what's happened? What was the name of your card?
The King of Hearts.
Oh, you see, that's the problem.
My
you see,
favourite card.
Well, you see, the problem with this is if
Are you just going to spray sugar?
I'm gonna open it up, because if I've done this right, the sugar will have disappeared, and it's a very difficult sugar packet to open. No, it's almost impossible to open the sugar packet. But if you could open the sugar packet, something amazing would be inside. Do we have scissors? Do we have anything? The sugar packet won't open. Ah, there we go. I got it. Look, inside the sugar packet, there is no longer sugar. There is indeed a folded up card. What was the name of your card?
King of Hearts.
Unfold it and show everyone. Could it be?
That was the King of Hearts.
The King of Hearts. There you go. He's throwing it at his mom right now. There you go. The King of Hearts. So that's the routine. That's what it is. I mean, it's a really nice idea. I've got a couple of issues with it. Not an issue, but I don't know. I haven't performed it in the real world. What do you think? Do you reckon the sugar packet looks like a sugar packet?
Yeah.
Do you think it does?
Yeah. But if they go around the whole wide world, they'll never see it.
Yeah, I mean, that's my only concern. Does the sugar packet look like a sugar packet? And I don't know the answer.
It looks like a sugar packet, but if they go around the world, they'll never find it.
Well, yeah, because it's been designed specifically for this trick. Things that you need to be aware of are you don't have the sugar packets preloaded with the card. You do that yourself. So what you get is you get a supply of stickers. And the stickers... you then have something that you put inside the stickers as well, and you take the folded up card and you put it inside the sticker, and so you're creating your own sugar packets. I think you've got enough for about 40 or 50 performances. Then you have to get refills, which are apparently going to be inexpensive. The other thing is, when I performed it, I didn't have sugar in there because I didn't want to make a mess of the mat. But the whole idea is that you can, as well as having a folded up card in there, you also have sugar. So you can shake it and they can hear sugar in there. And then, obviously, when you open it up, sugar tips out as well as
sugar card.
Yeah, as well as the playing card. The first phase is kind of the money shot with this. So that's where they have someone pick a card, and you drop the sugar packet on the deck, and it visibly disappears. The download, which runs about 40 minutes, has some really nice ideas on there, and multiple handling. So that moment is a little bit knacky, but it's not impossible. I was working on it for a few hours and I kind of got it down to work every single time. It looks really visual. I showed it to Sarah, I showed it to your mom, and I dropped the sugar packet on top of the deck and she was like, whoa, that looks good, where'd it go? So, and your mom's seen a lot of magic and she just didn't even clock what happened there.
I think I might know what happened.
Of course you do, you watched the download?
Oh yeah.
I think I've just watched the download to this trick. Let me just watch the trick now. I think I know what happened there. Of course you know what happened. So that moment there looks really visual. The other thing that looks really visual, they've got various different handlings that you can use for Instagram and social media that are a little bit more angly, but would look really good on social media. But to be honest with you, that just the standard thing. You can show the sugar packet on all sides, drop it, boom, it's done. When you could just do it as a one-phase routine. So you could just have the sugar packet disappear and appear next to the spectator's card, or you can go into the second phase. If you're going to go into the second phase, the deck is regular. There's only one gimmick card in the deck. So at the end, if you want to be left with a regular deck of cards, you just need to get rid of that gimmick card. The sugar packets, obviously you make them up beforehand. If you wanted to do this like 5 times in a night, you just have 5 sugar packets in your pocket. When you want to go into it, you just load the gimmick card on top of the deck. The sugar packet is set up in your pocket or in your wallet or somewhere, and you are good to go. So it's very easy to get into. It's very easy to get out of. It's an almost instant reset. Everything is examinable afterwards, and it looks super visual. It's a little bit like the coin trick that we reviewed, in that the sugar packet visually disappears and lands right next to the spectator's card. It's very similar to that coin trick in that respect, other than there's then a follow-up phase, which gets, I imagine this, I haven't performed it in the real world, but I imagine that this is going to get really good reactions.
Yeah, I think this is going to get really good reactions too.
Yeah, because that second phase is very similar to the card to rubber thing that you find in a bedroom that I'm not going to tell Ryalnd what it is.
I'll go completely crazy and when I want it.
Huh?
Will I go completely crazy and want it?
When you're older, you'll absolutely want it, yeah.
Do I want it right now?
No, you definitely don't want it right now.
I probably will.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You 100% don't want it right now. I'm going to give this... you know what? I am going to do this. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to do it, yeah. I'm going to give this...
With actual sugar.
I'm going to give this 90%. I think this is really good. I think this is, especially for restaurant workers, you know, if you're in a restaurant and you do something with sugar packets, it makes sense, or people that work in restaurants. But even if you don't, you know, you're in corporate gigs and weddings, you're always having sugar carried around with you. But to be honest, at the end of the day, you know, our job as magicians is to do amazing things with weird objects. You know, if it's okay to pull out a chop cup, it's okay to pull out a 5-inch jumbo coin during the course of the routine. I think it's okay to bring out a sugar packet. If anything, it's a little bit more organic. So I'm going to give this 90%. I think it is really good. I think it's highly recommended. It's very easy. It's well taught. It's instantly repeatable. It's examinable. It's an instant reset. No table required. No angle restrictions really to be considered. As I said, my only problem with it is, does it look like a sugar packet? I think it does. I'll know more when I perform it in the real world, but I'm definitely going to give it a crack. 90%. What about you?
100.
100%?
99.
99%.
Because it's a sugar packet. And I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. You talked me into it. I think it's up to you. I'll give it 100% if I were you.
Yeah, I'll give it 100%.
100% from him, 90% from me. Let's move on to the roundup.
And that's another review show in the bag. Yay! And that is another review show in the bag. Yay!
And we're done. Right, okay, that is another review show in the bag, guys. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in again this week. Really, really appreciate it. 5 items this week. Some of them good, some of them not so good. If you're into coin magic, for me, the standout trick this week was the Echo box. What was the standout trick for you?
Sugar.
The sugar trick. Sugar trick for him.
No, Echo box.
Echo, you do like the Echo
good,
box.
yeah.
Echo box is cool. You know, there's some interesting stuff there. Let us know in the comments down below what you think. Don't forget to follow him on YouTube. He is Ryalnd, the Kid Magician.
Putting up more videos now.
You are putting more videos. We're going to film some more today, aren't we? Yeah. And also, don't forget to, if you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be back again tomorrow with the magic stuff at 9 o'clock. And me and Ryalnd are going to be back next Wednesday with another Craig and Ryland's review show. Thank you very much for checking out the show once again. We hope you have an amazing week. Guys, I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
We'll see you again next week. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.